Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new, hi, my name is Michelle Rock, and yes, that's my real name. I usually post keto content, videos, recipes, you know, what I eat in a day videos. And right now I'm on a carnivore journey. Today marks week 5 on my carnivore journey, and I've been just sharing my videos and my weigh-ins and, like, you know, just my week to week. It's always cool to learn through other people's experiences, and, you know, sometimes people like people watch, and I think that YouTube is kind of like the new age people watching, and I've always been a people watcher. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the Q&A in just a second, but for those of you who have clicked on this video for my weekly weigh-in, this is week 5 carnivore for me. I wasn't expecting the scale to move, and I wasn't expecting anything because of just the day that it is. But anyways, let's hop into my weigh-in for this week. Alright guys, 178.8. Woo! Love seeing the 7 again. I was really shocked to see that number, 178.8, and I'm super excited. That means I'm officially 11.0 pounds, just 11 pounds down in the last 5 weeks doing carnivore. And I did have some hot sauce, which isn't carnivore, so, but a little bit of hot sauce. That's pretty much like the extent of what I had, and it did kind of hurt my stomach the next day and things like that. That loss is 1.6 pounds in a week, so that it's kind of like a little whoosh that just happened there. I did cut back significantly on my dairy, on the cheese specifically. Not really so much the cream, like the heavy cream in my coffee. I've still been having that, but as far as cheese goes, I've been like foregoing it and, like, you know, not including it and not snacking on it. For half of the week I did, like at the beginning of the week, and then probably starting Thursday or Friday-ish, something like that, I can't really remember. I just really started watching the cheese, even though I wasn't tracking. I did track once this week for my video that I did, my last full day of eating, but yeah, I just been really trying to just listen to my body and, like, eat and just eat the right things and, like, see what happens. When I ate hot sauce, my stomach was hurting pretty bad the next day, just in the morning time, and then, you know, it kind of went away. Let's go ahead and jump into the Q&A. I'm just gonna go straight down the list in my last video and just go down and start reading everybody's questions. First up is Marcella V. Says, any side effects from carnivore diet, like bruising, odor, pH balance, etc.? Well, I would say bruising, no, not so much, not any more than usual. The only side effect I have had
was the opposite of constipation.
So, and that was in the beginning, and that was when I was taking magnesium. I haven't really had that many stomach issues as far as that goes, just basically in the beginning, and I was just taking too much magnesium. So I just kicked back off that and started doing it like every few days. And then if I started to notice like a headache or anything, I would just go up on the salt and that sort of thing. So it's a little bit trickier with the electrolytes because you're definitely not retaining like as much water, especially if you start cutting back on things like dairy and stuff like that. Question from Keto Diamond channel. Hey girl, are there keto friendly things that affect you? Water, weight, stalls, etc. Keto treats, first of all. Anything like that. Anything packaged especially, that just makes my cravings go up through the roof. If I have it on hand and I always have that sort of thing and it's not like an occasional treat, then that will definitely stall my progress because I will eat, you know, all the calories, all those sugar alcohols, and then all of that sweetness that I'm just going to be like keeping on craving. The only sweet thing I have now is my coffee until I decide to have something that's a keto friendly sweet. The treats, the cheese, even like excess heavy cream, so any of those things, I find the one thing that doesn't affect me is, well, a couple things. Protein and fat, those really are cool. If you stick with protein and fat, like the inflammation just starts to go away, especially if you reduce the dairy. Shelly K. I've never tried ghee before. What does it taste like? Are there health benefits to using it versus coconut or avocado oil or Kerrygold butter? Well, basically ghee is just clarified butter. It's where you cook it down and you like basically save the fat and then you cook down the milk solids, and they kind of like, it depends. You can make it like clarified butter, which is more of a mild buttery flavor, or you can cook it down like I have a video for ghee. I will post it up here or somewhere, but you cook it down and you can toast the milk solids and it gives it like a caramely flavor, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's really good. And so if you're like if you're sensitive to dairy at all, like ghee is probably like something that you might want to try if you want. Okay, Mary Fergus says, beautiful family, all of them. Topics:
pituitary thyroid updates, air fryer info, cost, etc. How much salt do you consume per day? Vitamins you take, blood test after keto carnivore. Tell us how your clothes are fitting, and how do you feel emotionally and physically, girl?
Progress keeps me motivated. you know, updating you guys on my channel keeps me motivated. So I actually have my appointment coming up. I'll let you guys know as soon as I go and get all that stuff done. I will make a video on all of that for you guys. My Breville Air oven was, I believe, 300 something. I got it for Christmas from Ryan. So it's amazing because our oven broke, and basically that's my oven. So I just use that for everything. What do I consume per day? It just depends. I load it up in my coffee and then I salt everything to death. If I'm starting to feel crappy and I'm getting a headache and that sort of thing, I will add more. I will literally just eat it. Vitamins I don't take anything. I do consume liver regularly now though, so that's my vitamin. Clothes are fitting really good, but I do feel like better in my clothes, so that's a good start for me. I'm not like expecting to have to like, you know, start buying new clothes yet because I still have a lot left over from when I was smaller. So emotionally I feel really good. I'm like really happy. I feel like I'm getting a lot accomplished. There's just a lot on my plate. Energy wise, I have a lot of energy. I'm like, you know, waking up early, like even on the weekend I woke up at 7:30. All right, Lina Lou, I have a question. What made you want to start YouTube and how long did you plan on doing carnivore? What made me start YouTube was, I believe one of my first videos was my weight loss journey, like forever ago. It's still on there if you guys want to go dig in the vault. What got me started doing it was just doing something. Like I stay home all the time, like I was on bed rest and I wanted to like do something with my life and I felt like I couldn't do anything. Then when I started doing keto, I was like, I feel like I have something that I could share with the people, and like I feel like it'll keep me accountable and then I will accomplish my goals. And like that happened, and like I still want to share because there's like every single time I post a video there's people that respond and they're like, you helped me, or like I lost 100 pounds. What a reach YouTube has, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it feels really good to like know that I possibly could help save somebody's life by showing them it's easy and possible to like keep it simple and lose weight and get healthier and like live longer to be with your kids, your grandkids, or whatever the case may be. Just live a longer life for yourself or like your potential future. And how long do I plan on doing carnivore? I plan on doing it. Basically, I'm gonna keep doing carnivore until I want to test something out. Like chicken crust pizza has been sounding really good, and basically that's fine. I would just have to put a little bit of tomato sauce. That would be the only thing that would be technically like non-carnivore. Ginger Lily says, I have the same espresso machine, but it's in storage because I got frustrated with it. I never seem to be able to get a decent, consistent tasting shot. Do you have any tips, tricks, preferred brand of coffee beans? What a sweet gift from your cousin. I know, isn't that sweet of him? My preferred pre-ground is Don Francisco's espresso, and it is delicious. I like it better than the expensive ones that they have because I've tried them all. I love that one. And then the trick is get the double-walled filter basket for the espresso machine because that one's foolproof. It just instant foam. It makes it rich and thick and delicious, and you can't mess it up. Sarah says hi. That's a cute name. Sarah says hi, says, that was so nice of your cousin to gift you the external hard drive. I just discovered Lowry microwave pork rinds. Have you tried those? They make a hot and spicy one that is really tasty. I haven't tried them, but I would just have to look at the ingredients to see if I would try them. If there's maltodextrin or any sort of sugar in there, I wouldn't try them. I've been obsessed with pork crackling though because I love that attached fat. Sorry, I'm gonna start drooling. It's so good. So dairy-free keto, hi, says, I'm currently doing keto while breastfeeding my son. I just reached my goal weight. Do you have any tips for someone doing keto as their kid begins to wean from breastfeeding? Just interested in your experience and what to expect. Thanks for sharing your life with us. Aw, thank you for watching. When I was breastfeeding, which was for a very long time, and then when I stopped, that was also around the time I started gaining weight. So I was used to consuming more calories, like more than I needed to, because I was in an extra deficit from breastfeeding, like 300 to 500 calories, depending on like the time period and how much she was nursing at the time. Less towards the end, but anyways, so I would suggest, you know, recalculating your macros, you know, make sure that you're in around at least a 15% deficit. You know, if you can stand 20%, if you're like, you know, already in the mode to where you're not craving as much and you feel satisfied off of like, you know, a 20% deficit, go for that and see like, you know, how things progress. But now that you're done nursing, you're gonna want to cut back on some calories because you could possibly, unless you were like losing a lot of weight while you were nursing, you could possibly like, you know, kind of even out a little bit, but give yourself some time because you're gonna have to like adjust. Erica Scantleberry says, When did you first come across keto and what made you give it a go? Way back in the day. Yeah, I was in elementary school. My stepdad Dave started the Atkins diet, and my dad Mike, he was also low carb a few years later. But so they introduced me to the low carb lifestyle back when, a long time ago. So I've always been attracted to low carb because back then, like, I was in ketosis like when I was, I don't even remember how old I was, maybe like 13 years old. Like, I remember dropping like 3 pounds in one day, 1 pound the next day, another pound the next day, just got like losing all my water weight and stuff like that. Like, I saw results like right away, and it's the only thing that ever made me feel like things were going in the right direction. When I was on bed rest with my son Nova, I came across Stephanie Keto Person and some other guy. He's not on YouTube anymore, but I came across them a long time ago, and I watched Stephanie's videos. She's very high energy. Oh my goodness, like jumping around, because she had energy. And she was talking about the keto diet, and I'm like, okay, so I knew nothing about anything. I did not know how to track on MyFitnessPal. Like, I was like rearranging everything. Like, I was trying to match the fat and protein I ate in percentages according to the carbs I ate. I didn't keep it under like anything, so I was eating in such a surplus. I actually gained weight the first time I tried, and this is back in 2013. Anyways, so what made me really want to start was Stephanie Keto Person. I watched her, and then I got pregnant with my daughter, and then I didn't do the low carb thing. I kind of like, you know, learned about it and was like interested, and then I was like watching the obesity epidemic, like all these things, like, and I was just really getting really interested, and I had like all these problems, like hormonal problems with, like, you know, my pregnancies, and I just wanted to be healthy. And I had my daughter finally, and I'm like, you know what, I'm getting healthy, I'm gonna lose this weight, I'm gonna be able to play with my daughter, I am going to like get myself back again. I am not gonna be like this person, this is not me, I don't know who I am, like, I need to be comfortable. And I was like, I'm doing it. I remember where I was standing when I made my decision. It clicked in my head. I said, I am doing this, I'm not gonna turn back, and I'm never going to be unhappy and not know who I am ever again. So Erica, I hope that answers your question. I just really needed a good positive change, and I wanted to be healthy, and it just made sense to me after a lifetime of being gravitated towards low carb. You know, that's just my instinct and my nature, and I just wanted to follow it. Okay, Marcella V asks another question. Am I effing up my keto diet because I drink diet soda? No, you're not gonna F up your keto diet if you drink diet soda. You will just hold on to a little bit more inflammation. So if you wanna like literally just like cut back on even more inflammation, then cut it out. Keto Connect, they've done it on their channel, so you guys go check them out. They've got like a lot of stuff. Or you can get a Keto MOJO. I have linked down below if you guys wanna save some money. You can drink a soda and like an hour later test your blood and see what happens. So it really just depends. Everyone's different, and some people have more sensitivities, so test it out on yourself. But I would say in moderation be okay, but if you're drinking a lot of diet sodas, then you're just gonna be like a little bit bloated, maybe chronically, if you drink it regularly, you know what I'm saying? Rosalba Trujillo, I'm sorry if I butchered that. Hi Michelle, my question is, with the weight fluctuations, do you keep your smaller, bigger clothes in storage, or do you get rid of the clothes when they no longer fit? Love ya. Love you too. I purged so much clothes. I kept the biggest shorts I have for like reference, but like that's pretty much the only thing I have. A lot of the other stuff was like, you know, stuff that I wanted to fit back into, and so I still have all that stuff. There's a couple pairs of pants that are a little like big, and I just haven't gone through that sort of stuff yet. I don't plan on like going back because I didn't want to rebuy bigger size clothes, but when I gained weight, I like literally was not fitting into my leggings anymore, and so I had to size up. But I will eventually end up giving those away. Find Joy in the Journey asks, have you noticed if your skin is any better with this lifestyle? I have noticed. I do break out, like right now, around 1 time a month. And I have noticed my skin does feel better. I have dry skin. I guess we'll find out like in the winter months, because my scalp gets really dry. I usually get really dry, so we'll see. Especially if I cut out dairy, like maybe that'll help too. But I don't know, we'll see. So Michelle Tomeo, I hope I said that right. So my question is, what state do you live in? What brand of coffee do you buy? Because I like coffee as much as you do, and you seem to enjoy the coffee you make. LOL, funny when you ask the baby if she wanted to try some burger and she gives you a nod. Nice family video, beautiful boys and family. Thank you so much. I do love the Don Francisco, so if you can find that, it's not even expensive. It's really affordable actually. So try Don Francisco's espresso. I absolutely love that one. I like the Starbucks too, but my consistent delicious coffee is Don Francisco's, hands down. It's pre-ground, but it's damn good. And I live in California, Southern California, in Riverside. A Riverside rain cross. It's upside down, but that's what my owl's perched up on. And I want to say thank you to everybody who thanked my cousin Kyle for his service. I think that he's done an amazing job, and I am just so proud of my cousin. Seriously, I'm so grateful my cousin did that for me. What a freaking sweetheart. Jennifer Finch asks, what was your highest weight? Do you have any thyroid problems? Love your channel, keep it up. Thank you so much. My highest weight was 278 pounds right before I went and had my daughter Aurora. Okay, so I was 278 when I was pregnant with my daughter, 260 something after I had her, and then I started trying to clean up my diet, and then the day I started keto, I was 258 pounds. Do I have thyroid problems? I have no idea. I have not seen a doctor. I have an appointment coming up, but I'll let you guys know all my medical stuff as soon as I find out, because I'm really curious. I really want to get accurate results of what this lifestyle is doing to my blood, and I've got a list of requests of tests that I want done, so let's hope that they hook it up. Amy Christensen says, I enjoy your videos. I think you're fun and positive to listen to. I was wondering when you said you were low on potassium, how can you tell when you're low on potassium, or even potassium versus the other electrolytes? I'm not really 100% sure. I just go off of things that I try as I go. I'll try a magnesium sometimes, if I have a headache or if I'm starting to cramp, but usually when I'm cramping, I notice that when I take a potassium little capsule and I drink enough water and salt, then it goes away. So it's just trial and error from my experience, and I test those things out on myself, and I see what makes my ailments go away. Like if I have a headache, then I will just get on my salt and stuff like that. I missed this one from Karen Gillespie. She says, your significant other, we don't see him much. Does he work nights? Well, Ryan has a very complicated schedule. He rotates 3 different shifts, and he's been doing it since he was 18 years old. So when he's not busting his butt at work and sometimes being forced over on doubles, he enjoys his playing video games and sleeping. And he also works his butt off in the house in his spare time, which is not that often, but he does knock it out. And he's so good at everything he does. We met in high school. I met him at a pizza place, and yeah, it's just great. So, but yeah, we broke up, because we were 17, and then life happened, and then we reconnected when I moved back to California in 2012, the very, very, very end of 2012, and we've been together ever since. Diane M. Cartez, any certain espresso brand you really like? Oh, brothers, Don Francisco's, and I don't really know. I don't really go crazy. If you guys know of any amazing coffees, then you can just tell me down below, and I'll try it out, even if it's beans, because I got the grinder. And Colleen Gleason says, how better do you feel on the carnivore diet? I just started it. I feel so much better. I feel like I could accomplish more. I feel like I have more energy. I feel like I am not thinking about food ever. I feel like I can accomplish other things before I have to really think about eating food, because it's kind of just on the list of things to do. You know what I mean? Instead of my whole life revolving around what my next meal is, because that's all I can think about. So carnivore for me, mental health wise, amazing. Health-wise, amazing. Energy, amazing. It's just overall better. And I do love food, and I do want to have other keto things again. I do want to have treats, but I'm just well, I'm not going to do right now, but when the holidays roll around, I'm going to allow myself to have something amazing, and it's going to be fine. And I'm just going to continue on with my carnivore because it makes me feel the best. Leslie Keto Life says, question, do you restrict calories or add fat to anything to break a plateau? I haven't changed a damn thing in my diet, but cannot get under my current weight for longer than a few days. Well, I would definitely look at the things you're eating. If you're eating inflammatory foods, first cut those out before you do anything with your macros. So before you say I'm gonna cut calories, or if you're going to add fat or anything like that, just look at the inflammatory foods. So if you're eating peanut butter, if you're eating nuts, if you're eating a lot of cheese and stuff like that, overdoing it on the strawberries, if you're keeping your carbs super, super, super low, not overdoing the strawberries, the cabbage, the broccoli, or anything like that, Just cut out all the things that make you bloat and that are inflammatory. Start there, and then if that doesn't work, then start cutting back a little bit on your fat, but make sure you're hitting your protein requirement. Especially if you're working out, you want to get that protein in for the recovery while you sleep, because that's when it happens. But I would just, before you cut out any sort of calories or anything, just make sure that your carbs are like, you know, in the range that you can get into ketosis, and that you're cutting out the inflammatory foods first. And if you're eating packaged stuff and wheat and stuff like that still, then definitely want to cut that out before you even start messing with your calories too. Erica Charles says, I tried to do a carnivore but have had a hard time switching from keto to carnivore. Any suggestions? Do you notice any additional benefits versus side effects from carnivore? A negative side effect I had was migraines when I first started, because I dropped a lot of water weight even from going to keto, from keto to carnivore. Like, that happens unless you're doing like almost zero carbs to begin with. You're definitely gonna have like some sort of symptoms, so you're gonna want to like make sure that you're up on your electrolytes and water and, like, you know, salt and stuff like that. I didn't do that good of a job apparently, but I tried. But I did notice that eating like fattier ground beef, or, you know, having a steak and actually eating the delicious fat once it gets all brown and rendered, like, that was so satisfying. Guys, so that's it for the questions. This was a lot of fun. Feeling great, and I am so happy to share this journey with you guys still. And thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please show me a thumbs up. And yeah, leave questions down in the comments if you have any, and I'll answer them in next week's Monday weigh-in video. I'll try to keep it shorter because I hope this one isn't too long. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.